Hey everyone, welcome to episode 15 of the Knit and Crochet Spot. My name is Melissa and I'm podcasting to you from the suburbs of Atlanta, Georgia. Today is Sunday, November the 22nd, and it's about 8:30 in the evening. I hope you all are doing well, and I want to thank you for joining me and watching this episode. So today I'm going to show you some finished objects and some works in progress. And I don't have very many acquisitions, but we'll get to that at the end. So to start off, we'll start off with the finished objects. And so technically I have 8 finished objects, but there's some of them are small and they're duplicates. So we'll just get started. So the first thing I'm going to show you is a hat I made, and I showed it as a work in progress in a previous podcast. Not my last podcast, that was just acquisitions, but I believe in the podcast before that, which was finished objects and works in progress that I showed, I was working on this hat. And here is the hat. Believe it or not, it's a cabled hat. You can't even really see the cables. The yarn is just way too variegated. And if you look at it in person, you can see the cables, but I'm showing it on here. You can't see it. So this hat is called the Sandy Cable Winter Hat, and this is what it's supposed to look like. I finished it, but I had, first of all, I could tell, that the yarn, it wasn't going to work. I had seen something on Instagram. There was a designer, and I can't remember who it was, but she had a cabled hat pattern, and she was using a bulky yarn. This is a bulky yarn. It was a Malabrigo bulky yarn, and it was variegated, and it was beautiful. You could see the cables and everything, and I thought, well, when I got this yarn, I thought, well, I'll try the cables and see if it'll come out, and I guess this is just too variegated, and it didn't come out. The hat is also entirely, it is a huge hat. I don't look good in hats. Well, I have a big head, and I will show you how big it is. It's huge. It is way too big. I just don't feel like it's tight enough. It's way too big. So, as you can see, I got my hair cut finally. I'm very happy about that. But yeah, it's a huge hat. It is made with this yarn, Authentic Hand-Dyed Chunky from Yarn Bee. The colorway is in Full Bloom. It's 100 grams, 110 yards, 100% superwash merino, and 5 bulky. And I knew that it was going to be big. It's a free pattern, so I'm going to say a little bit about the pattern. I kind of thought it was going to be big because it has you cast on, and this is a bulky yarn, it has you cast on 96 stitches, and then once you get past the ribbing, you increase to 120. And I looked at that and I thought, well, that's a lot for a bulky yarn, because when I do a worsted weight yarn, a hat made out of worsted weight, I probably only cast on 80-ish stitches. So I just said, well, I'm going to do what the pattern says, and then if I do it again, I'll adjust it. And it's just huge. Another thing I thought was odd were the size needles they wanted you to use. So the ribbing was done in 4.5, and then the body was done in 5. And I thought, well, I'm a loose knitter, so that's okay. But I thought that was kind of small sizes for bulky, because I think even on this says to use, 6mm knitting needles. But I just wanted to follow the pattern, and I don't think I'm going to remake this. There's lots of other cabled patterns out there. And I don't know who I'm going to get. I don't know if I already said this or not, But if you're looking at it, you can see the cables, but on the, you can't really. It just looks like a hot mess, really. It is pretty yarn. Yep, so that's my first finished object. I think I said enough. Yeah, it's probably just gonna go in the, probably gonna go in the bin over there. Yeah. Don't think it'll get much use, and I didn't really, you know, hurt my hands to knit with it too. Being that it's bulky and what I would consider needles are a little too small. Cause see how stiff it is? I mean, look at that. It's just stiff. So anyway, that's my first finished object. I used 2 skeins, and I have this much left of the second skein. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I never know what I'm going to do with any of my, I have a lot of scraps. I need to find something to do with these scraps. So that's working. That's a finished object number 1. And all of the patterns that I talk about and the yarn, well, some of the yarn, if I can link it down below, I will. This was, it was a free pattern on Ravelry, that first one. Let me take a sip of my tea. Okay. Now my second finished object, I have in my Santa bag. Well, I've got the yarn in my Santa bag. Is my socks. Let me get, hang on one sec. I just want to, okay, they're good. So these are my socks, my Christmas socks. This was also I had 1 sock done the last time. Now I've got them both done. My first pair of Christmas socks this year. I'm quite happy with them. Got them to match pretty good. Because, yes, I'm one of those, a matchy-matchy. The only thing is, if you can see on the heel, there's a little bit of a, that's okay. I really like how they came out. And the yarn, I have a lot of yarn left. The yarn that I used is Rock and Strings Creations. This is their label. And it's Super Sock, 75% merino, 25% nylon. And it was, the skein was 100 grams, 460 yards. And the name of the yarn is, the colorway is Christmas at the Cabin. I really, really love these. And then this is a Knit Picks yarn, and that is Stroll Fingering Aurora Heather. And it's the same, you know, it's fingering weight. Super 75, 25, superwash merino nylon. So these socks, I had finished, the first sock I had finished, most of it I had finished last year. I hadn't finished, and then I just had very little to do. And sewing the ends and stuff like that. So I didn't finish it. These are from last year. And so I finished the mate this year. And I did, this is a Fishlet's Kiss Heel. Which is what I, last year, that's what I did mostly, was this kind of a heel. Now, my socks, I do, an afterthought heel. But everything else is pretty much, I like shorty socks. I think most of the time, you know, it's been a long time since I've knit socks that weren't shorty socks. But I really like these, and I can wear them now. All right, so that's my second finished object. Oh, and I do magic loop on 2.25 needles. That's how I do my socks. Because I don't like DPNs. And 9-inch circulars, I don't like those either. Although, every now and then, I give them a go, just to see. Alright, and my next finished object, or everything else is crochet of my finished objects. And so my next third finished object is a headband that I did. Let me get everything ready. This is my T-Doddles bag. Look at the front of it. And then here's that. Okay, let me get everything out and get it ready. So here is the headband that I made. Let me make sure. Here it is. And this pattern is a pattern I got off of, well, I ended up getting it off of Ravelry, but it's on Etsy as well. And it's from Dana Hogan, and it's the Queen Bee set. So the pattern comes with, you can make all three of these things. So for like $5, that's a really good deal. You get the headband, which is this, and you get the cowl and the fingerless mitts. So that's like 3 patterns for $5. That's good. I think it is. So I'm not sure. I definitely want to make the cowl. But I'm not so sure about the fingerless mitts. I'd like to. We'll see. But I don't really know why, because I like making socks, but I don't like making fingerless mitts. I'm very tempted. I've got a few patterns that I've been looking at that I thought, you know, because I could just do them without, I guess what I probably don't like the most is doing the thumb gusset. I could just leave that out. Yeah, so here it is again. I really, really like this. I don't know why I care whether... See, I'm just trying not to show you the... I don't know why. So here it is, really pretty. So the yarn I used, I have this much left, so I think I've got quite a bit of it left, is this Red Heart Unforgettable. This is the colorway is Stained Glass. It's a number 4 medium. And what all else? 270 yards, 100 grams, and I'm pretty, yeah, 100% acrylic. And I've got a lot left, and I have, I think, 3 other skeins of this. So I've got plenty. And the hook I used was a 6. And that's my hook from one of my Lether boxes. I love these hooks. So was I saying, did it? It's a really, the pattern is excellent. It's very detailed. There's a couple of links to YouTube videos to help you with the stitches. And some of the links don't work, but if you, the first link does work. Like if you're interested in making this, the first link does work. And so you can find all the rest of, the videos under that, under that link. Well, you can go, when you go to the link, it goes to her YouTube channel, and you can find the other links or the other YouTube videos that help you with the stitch, with this, which was very helpful because it helped me. I needed it just to make sure I was correct. So that is all, and I will link all this down below. So that is my I think I said I had, let's see. Yeah, that's my fourth. It's getting late. Okay, so these are just smaller. These are just some quick things that I did. I wanted to use up some Christmas yarn. So the first thing I'll show you is I made these. I made this one. And this is made out of cotton. This is for on my counter. I'm going to use this for my husband makes the tea and the coffee throughout the day. In the morning, you know, obviously, you know, he's at work, but if he's home and we, you know, in the morning and the evenings, he makes a cup of tea. And so this is going to be, you know, he can make the tea on this to try to save a mess from the counters. My husband's from England, so he makes a really good cup of tea. So that's why it's his job. And I only drink Dunkin' Donuts coffee, so he makes some, but he likes coffee, so he makes that for himself. So I made this one. Excuse me. And then I made this one. I really like this one. And it's just to put down, you know, and then you can put the coffee cup or the teacups on there, make our drinks, and a little less mess. All right, so this first one is, the yarn I used was Crafter's Secret. This is how much I had, well, okay, no. I used 2 skeins, and this is what I had left of the second skein. And it's Crafter's Secret. Let me get the, yes, it's Crafter's Secret. This is 100% cotton, and it's 57 grams, 95 yards, and the colorway is I Love Christmas. And so that's how much I had that. And I just did this myself. I chained 40 stitches, well 41, and then it ended up being 40 stitches across. I did half double crochet. And then I did, you can't tell on this one, but you can tell on the other one, just a half double crochet border around. And same with this one. I don't know how many rows there are. I don't know how many rows I did. This was the first one I did, and I did it with, let me get another, see if I can, okay, sorry about that. So this was the yarn that I used for this. And this is a bigger ball of yarn. It's Crafter's Secret, but it's 71 grams, 120 yards. So I used an entire ball of this to make this. And I don't know how many rows it has. It's 30. Don't think it's 40. It's more than 30, but not, it's less than 40. And then the border, I used this yarn. And this yarn is, nope, that's not right. Shaded Crimson. And this one has 71 grams, 120 yards. So I don't really know why this one is such a small, but it is. Oh, okay, so this one is Shaded Crimson. And these are all 100% cotton. Crafter's Secret. And I really enjoy it. I like this cotton. So yeah, I did these two. So we'll see if that helps out with Well, now we use a tea towel. We put it down, but I think this will do a better job. So there we go. And then I got a little bit in the Christmas spirit, wanted them to look Christmassy. And then my last two finished objects are the same. And this is this was a YouTube tutorial by Sarah Satch. I think I said that right. I don't know. I'll link it down below. But isn't that cute? This is all just, I love this yarn. Hobby Lobby, I love this yarn. Just their, I don't know that, these are scraps. I have, I just used up some scraps. I have full skeins of each, but I just went and got the scraps. So I don't know what the colorways are, but it's just this, you know, it's, you go in there and see it. It's a sparkle red yarn and then the sparkle white yarn. Yep. So I will link that down below too. So I made that one, and then I made this one. And this is out of cotton. I used this crimson red, Crafter's Secret. And then this is Knit Picks Dishy that I used. And this is 100% cotton. It's all 100% cotton. Worsted weight. Well, I mean, this is acrylic, but this is 100% cotton, worsted weight, 190 yards, 100 grams. And I made it a little different. I kind of, so you can see, after I did this one, I sort of wanted this, you can see, I wanted the toe area a little bigger. I just thought, and I really, really like how this came out. And then this one, I forgot to put on a little hangy thing. So, but it'd be easy enough to just slide something in there and do that. I really like this one a lot though. And I just ended the top. So this is a really cute little pattern. You can do all kinds of things. I'm sure I will make more. You can just do all kinds of things with it. I didn't do this here. I just left it plain. And then, you know, this is like, you can see that's front post. This is just a front post, double crochet, front post, double crochet. I just left that plain. This one I really, really, really like. I like the feel of it too. So yeah, that's all my finished objects. And so now we'll move on to works in progress, which I have 4. I haven't worked on. I don't know why. I'm just going to show you one of them, even though there's like 2 rows done on it. I think these are all new. No, just 3 of them are new. Yeah, just 3 are new. Okay, I'm going to show you this first one because there's not much. I'm just showing it because I did work on it. But this is my Madder Root bag. Oh no. Okay, well, I'll show this one first. There's not much done on this one either, but there's even less on the other one. All right, so this is a cardigan I'm making for my granddaughter. And the cardigan is, I'll show you the picture of it first. This is a paid for pattern. I got it on Ravelry. Excuse me. It's the Coming Home cardigan. There's a picture of it. I hear somebody outside the door. All right. And this is all I've got done so far. This will be the top. I've only got, not very far. That's it. That's all I've got done so far. And I don't know, like this is looking like it's red, but it's pink. And this yarn that I'm using, it's really soft. Oh gosh. The yarn that I'm using is Hobby Lobby yarn. I got this on clearance when they had their big clearance. It's a soft and sleek DK. This pattern calls for DK yarn. This is a very, in my opinion, it's a very thin DK. Very thin. But I think it's, I didn't check my gauge. Oh, I hate doing that. But I think it'll be okay. Once I get a little bit more, well, you cast on and pray for the best, right? That's what I do. So, but I'm making the size 4. She's only 2.5, so a smaller yarn, if it comes out a little smaller, that would be perfect. But they didn't have a size 2. They went from like 24 months, which is technically is 2 years. It is 2 years, but it's not the same as anybody with kids knows. It's not, 24 months 2T is a little different. Little bit different. So, and then they didn't have a 3T, so I had to go right to the 4. And so I think it'll be fine. I don't know. I'll enjoy making it. So here it is. So yeah, this is a DK yarn. It's a lot of yarn. It is 100% low pill acrylic. 478 yards, 114 grams. And the knitting needle I'm using is 4.5, and it's on my 24-inch circulars, which I think will probably be plenty for the whole sweater. See, because I'm looking at it like this, and that looks obviously you're going to increase more, but like that definitely looks, well, we'll see. Oh, look at this already. Maybe I should cake this up. I don't know. So that's my first works in progress. I think I said everything about that. Where did I put there it is. Okay. So the next one I just cast on because I messed it up. I messed it up. And so I had to pull it out. It's a stupid mistake, but at any rate. So I did work on it, but I had to pull it out. And so now I only have like 1 row done. But I am making the Cozy Christmas Cottage placemat. Look at that. I love it. And this is calls for a cotton yarn. So I'm using a cotton yarn. I literally have the cast on and 1 row done. That's it. And what I messed up was, I just was doing garter stitch, and it wanted you to do knit 1, purl 1 for like 5 rows. I shouldn't really tell you that, but anyway, I won't say anymore. It's a paid pattern. But I got the first 5 rows, and I tore it out. I had done more than that. And then I don't know. It could have just left it, but I don't know. I didn't. So I pulled it out and started it again. And the yarn I'm using, I really like this yarn. I really, really like this yarn. It's a, I don't know if I shouldn't say it's 100% cotton. Because I don't know, because it's not. It's 87% cotton, 13% nylon, and it's loops and threads. Cream cotton, and the color is Country Blue. 432 yards for 200 grams. And the needles I'm using is 4mm. So I'll be working on that. I think that's so pretty. And this is a paid for pattern that I got off Ravelry. And I'm actually, when I saw it, I was like, I have yarn that color. It's really pretty. And so I just want to make it for another little something that I did for Christmas this year. So that's another works in progress that I barely started. That's okay. All right. My next work in progress, I showed you. This is a granny stitch shawl, and I don't have the pattern in here. But I'll link it down below because this was just really easily memorable, and I had already made something using this pattern. The actual pattern calls for fingering. It's a free pattern that I got off Ravelry, and it calls for fingering weight. But I mean, you can, I'm using worsted weight, and it's coming out fine. I'm enjoying it. So it's crochet shawl. It's granny stitch, and this is it so far. And the last time I showed it, I was at that stitch marker. So, well, the last time I showed it, I was here, and so I've done all of that. Oh, I like this yarn. The yarn I'm using is Serdar Jewel Spun, Aran weight, 200 grams, 546 yards, and it's 100%. Well, I always do this. I'm almost, 100% acrylic. And I don't know what the colorway is. A lot of times, it just says shade 843. A lot of times, they'll put the colorway will be on the website, but on the actual ball bands, it's not. So this is how much I have left of this skein. I have another skein as well to put into the shawl. We'll see. I would like to have a really, really big shawl. So, and here it is. And I love these colors. And it's nice. It's just a really easy, it's just nice. Easy rhythm, kind of gets me to relax. And I'm using 6mm crochet hook. And on all of these, I didn't say. I'm pretty sure I didn't say, but I used 5mm crochet hook on these. All of these. Yep, so that's that. And this is in my Nomadic Yarns Diagon Alley bag. I love this bag. Okay, so my last works in progress is a sweater I'm making for myself. I did swatch for this, so I'm good there. I don't get like the row gauge. I actually get gauged pretty good with knitting, and I get the stitch across. I get that pretty good. I do have a hard time getting, I guess it's the row gauge. I have a hard time getting that. But I'm mostly just worried about the stitches because I can just knit more if I have to. All right, so here is this so far. Well, I'll tell you, the sweater I'm knitting is the Basic Raglan by Joji Locatelli. And it says Madeline Tosh up there, so it must be made, yeah. So I got this off of, I'm sure I got it off of, it's a paid pattern I got off of Ravelry. It must have, when it came out, been, probably made with the Madeline Tosh yarn, like a collaboration between the two. I'm making the the 2X. I want a nice big sweater, and this is what I have so far. Isn't it pretty, this yarn? So this is the back, as that's where most of the knitting has been done. Isn't it pretty? And then this is the front. I did have to like pull it out, like I did pull it out a couple of, at least twice, because of the there's short row shaping in the back, and my tension was just, I couldn't get it, and then I tried to undo it, and it was just a mess. So, but in the end, I got it. There's a couple of spots that, you know, I hope block out, where I just feel like it kind of left a hole when I did the wrap and turns. Yeah, but I'm gonna leave it. I can't really find it. Well, there it is. Yeah, I found it. I'm hoping it'll block out. I wasn't, I was being really picky, and I thought, no, I'm gonna just leave it. It's okay. It's not like I'm not gonna like, it's just making it for myself. And the yarn I'm using is City Tweed by Knit Picks. City Tweed, DK weight, plum wine, and it's 50 grams, 123 yards. It's a worsted weight, 55% merino wool, 25% superfine alpaca, and 20% Donegal tweed. So that is my last, and the needles I'm using now are, I don't really even, I think they're 4mm. I'm pretty sure. They're my Knit Picks Knit Picks. That's the yarn I'm using. The needles I'm using are my Hiya interchangeables. And I love these needles a lot. So that's it. That's my last. I love it. I love the color. So that's it. That is my last works in progress that I've worked on. I have more that I haven't worked on in a long time. It's how it goes, right? Okay, so the only acquisitions I have, so one of the podcasts that I showed acquisitions, and this was in October, Knit Picks was having a sale on, I don't know if it was their Halloween sale or just their fall sale, where they had certain yarns of certain colors on sale, like orange, purple, red, certain colors were on sale. And I bought some yarn then. And then, as I'm sure most people know, Knit Picks is doing a big sale now. It's been going on for a few weeks, and I don't know when it ends. I think I heard that it ends this after Black Friday, or it goes until Black Friday. But I just heard that from somebody, another podcaster. I don't really know. So anyway, I took advantage of that. Because when I bought in October, I bought the yarn that I bought some of this. I bought some of this yarn, and when they had the sale in October on the purples, oranges, yellows, black yarns, I bought some of this, but I had only bought 4 skeins because I'd never used this yarn before, and I really liked it. And so I said, well, I want to buy enough to make a sweater. So I bought a sweater for my size, a sweater's quantity worth of yarn. So I bought like another 10 balls of this yarn. They're 50 grams, 123 yards. So that's plenty for me. That should be plenty. So I bought that. So I bought 10 skeins of that. And then another yarn that I bought in the sale from October, and I had only bought 4 skeins of that, was this yarn. This Alpaca Cloud. And so I don't even know, see, what I wanted to do was I wanted to get the free shipping, and so that's why I bought this other yarn. So I don't know, I think I only got like, I had 4, yeah, I think I only got 2 of this. So now I have 6 skeins of it, and this is 50 grams, 123 yards, DK weight, Alpaca Cloud, and the colorway Nora. And this was more expensive than this. I don't know, I only got 2 of these. I was really just trying to get the free shipping, the over 65. I think that's the only reason I bought this. And I looked and looked on their website, and I just couldn't find anything else that I wanted. I kind of really wanted more of their Dishy yarn, but I have I have too much cotton, and I love cotton. Like, I love when it's worked up, how it looks, but I don't like working with cotton. I don't. That's why I like that, the other cotton, the Loops and Threads cotton, that cream cotton. Why I like it so much is I like working with it, actually. Whereas I didn't really, when I crochet with it, it's okay. But knitting, you know, because there's no give to it or anything. So I said I can't really get any of that because I do not need it. And I didn't really need this. I didn't need this either, but I just didn't want to pay for that shipping. So that's all the acquisitions I have. So I did pretty good. I got some things coming, though. I'll do a video about those when I get them. So that's the end of my video. Thank you all for sticking with me, if you have stuck with me this far. I would appreciate it very much if you would like and subscribe to the channel and leave a comment. I would really appreciate it. And this is, I don't know if I said this at any point in the video, but this is Thanksgiving week in the United States. And I would like to wish everyone a very happy Thanksgiving if you celebrate. If not, I still wish you a very, very happy week. I hope you have a great week. And that is all. I don't know how much I'm for anybody celebrating Thanksgiving and they have to prepare. I'm wondering if they're thinking the same thing. I just don't know how much crafting I'm going to get done. Tomorrow's Monday. It's going to get busy to get ready for Thanksgiving. Whatever your plans are, I hope that you just really enjoy it. And I hope you're with your family and your loved ones. And that's all I have to say for this time around. And I thank you all for watching. Until next time, bye.